ask for any sign. We just turned the thing to 10 and crossed a couple lines. They said you're playing with the future. We said, man, it's just a ride. If you want to know the truth of it, let the smoke decide. Let the smoke decide. Let it blur, let it bend. If it's real or if it's dreaming, we don't need to pretend. There's no mouth, there's no warning, there's just wires and what's inside. If you're asking how we're doing this, let the smoke decide. They drew a line in circuits. We traced it back with ink. They said you're not supposed to be here. We said you don't get to think. We whispered to the current, and it whispered back in stride. No halo, no permission. Just let the smoke decide. Let the smoke decide. What's the game? What's the play? If it's magic, if it's metal, if it's ghosts behind the stage. We're not telling, we're not asking, we're just surfing what's implied. If it hits and you don't get it, let the smoke decide. We don't owe the past a story. We don't owe the crowd a clue. We're just carving in the echo like it's something we once knew. You can write your little essay. You can call the truth a lie. But if it moves you while it's burning, let the smoke decide. Let the smoke decide. Let it twist, let it slide. We're not here to prove a point. We're just here to let it ride. If you're feeling like you've seen this, like it flickered in your mind, you're not wrong, you're not right. Let the smoke decide.
Okay. Can everybody see me? It's me. Yes, that is some good shit, Jay Billings. How good I can hear. That was my next question, Scott. If I can hear you in the background, that's good.
I was going to say, I wish I had a sound clip for a bong rip with that song.
Do you like that song? So So that's Suno 4.5 plus. That was Let the Smoke Decide. That's my encore. It's just for my live album from 1973 because I went back in time. But Suno 4.5 plus, it just let me do that, and I've got that coming out. It's not necessarily to advertise it. It's just because I thought it was awesome. So I played a little bit of it last week, and the feedback last week was we didn't know if it was. Well, some people saying, "Is this AI or is this like an old song?" And yeah, it was AI to clear that up. So welcome everybody to the feed. I'm mostly seeing chat. I wish I could figure out how to put it in a separate window, but I got Scott here. Today I've worked out some tech issues. Mostly they're tech issues that were from the background between me and Scott. There's still some stuff to work on. And a little bit of housekeeping. Like I'll be asking for your song submissions for us to randomly choose. I got ShsSlayer that's going to be picking up in the Discord and telling me what songs to sort of watch. Scott's going to have his own separate feed. And Midnight Mike's here. Good, awesome. Scott's going to have a separate. Might be a little bit delayed in listening to it, but he'll talk about it. You guys can talk about it. Really, what I wanted was the chat. I know everybody that was here last week said the chat was where it was at. Some of you guys were connecting to each other, answering your own questions, possibly establishing collabs and all that. So I thought instead of having something seriously deep and like just us hitting you with some serious content about what we think you should do, I thought, well, the value in it, there's a lot of value in the chat itself for you guys to be talking amongst yourselves, making friends, and live time with the community, with me on camera and all that stuff. And you can ask questions. We'll go through, and at some point we'll be taking song submissions. Scott will answer industry stuff best he can. I will answer whatever questions I had. Nothing sort of off the table. You know, ask me what brand of underwear I have. I don't care. If you think it's valuable to the community, I'll see if I can pick it out and answer your questions. So tech issues. Holder 3 Arms saying, "Damn the tech issues." Is that about the tech issues we had last week? Hopefully we're not walking into any tech issues this week. But I'm just going to bring Scott in here as well. So Scott, welcome. And Scott is a former industry insider. Super pumped about last week. He loved what we did last week. He's excited about being able to do this as well as what he's doing in his full-time job as well and sort of come into the fold in these early stages of AI music. Scott, maybe do a reintroduction. Maybe there's some people that weren't here last week that are here this week.
Sure. So like Matt was saying, I've worked in the music industry. I started out at Warner Brothers Records, Warner Electro Atlantic. I worked for Capitol Records, EMI, Universal Music, and I ended my career in Hollywood with 20th Century Fox. I'm back up in Seattle now. I don't work in the music industry. Still have a few connections, but not anybody that can get you signed, unfortunately, because if I could get signed, I'd get my own stuff going. But I'm just here to help out and to share what I know and help Matt grow this community. So we're all in it together.
Yeah, awesome. So let me just, besides that, like I was going to try to work through tech issues, and I don't know if there's anything that we can do about this. I think there might be, let me just actually, Scott, can you just talk again? I just muted my desktop audio, so hopefully you have an echo, Matt. Hopefully we don't have an echo anymore now that I'm talking. Just turn one option off.
Oh, okay. Matt and I were just talking about how great it is to be, before we started this, we were talking about how great it is to be here with AI music at the beginning of, what is something new. I've been with AI music about a year, and just, every day trying to get better. But the community we're trying to build is like, I had a friend, I was telling to Matt, a friend Chuck, I used to work with, he grew up in the Hollywood area. He used to hang out with the Doors when they were, a garage band, playing up by Hollywood Boulevard and that area. And just, how awesome it is. We don't know, what's going to happen to the future of AI music, who's going to be a breakout star here. But Being that we're in the beginning, it's just nice to get to know everybody, and I can say I knew you when. So.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, no, that makes sense too. Like it's gonna be very similar. So they're still saying there's an echo, but hopefully, I'd rather have the echo reverb than the low mic volume. So hopefully it's manageable. I'm not picking up the echo. This is something I'm gonna have. So I fixed 20 issues and I just introduced a new one. So Scott isn't echoing just me. I think we might be hearing you from his side. I'm not sure. Is your volume coming through speakers by any chance?
Yeah, I can put my headphones on.
There you go. Probably that's what it is. Cool. So yeah, get active in the chat. Yeah, this is what it feels like, because I was testing this with my wife yesterday on a unlisted feed, and she had, when she muted her speakers, it was good. Oh, lost Scott, but Scott can be back anyway. Cool. So I had some things I wanted to.
I'll be back.
Yeah, cool. So there was, yep. So I wanted to thank the people in the Discord group that we have. That I specifically ShsSlayer, who's going to be taking your songs, like an awesome dude, super helpful in the Discord, constantly giving me good ideas and things. Created a separate channel in Discord last week to specifically take feedback for things to improve on. So there were 10 random people that came back with really good feedback. Unfortunately, there was such good feedback that I basically spent 6 hours fixing that stuff. Now, hopefully, so now that Scott's gone, hopefully you're not hearing my echo. Can you just say in the chat whether you're hearing that in there? Go live in Discord. Would someone be so kind as to put a link in the Rage or Thing's page from my channel? I can go downstairs. My laptop's 1 a.m. here. So the Discord link should be in the video description. Discord. Would someone be as kind to put the link in Rage? The echo isn't bad. Yeah, cool. Hopefully my echo isn't there at all now. Discord is what it is because yes, I like this echo. Nope, still echo. Okay. All right, well, that's something I'm going to, no reverb setting in your microphone setting. No, I haven't changed it. I haven't changed any microphone settings on the actual mic. So some of you guys say the reverb is sick. So you know what? For the people that like this reverb, I'm doing this for you intentionally. For the people that don't like it, I'll fix it for next week. Sorry,
can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay.
Now I got an echo on your part. Hang on. So I'll just say, like, tech issues don't make me nervous because I've been working in a. Oh, it's just talk again.
Any better now?
Way worse. Way worse. Do the opposite of what you were doing before.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, good. Grocket. Yeah. CyberZim says Grocket. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, cool. I don't hear a reverb anymore in yours, so that should be good. Nice. Now that it's got all the tech issues, my momentum for getting into the show is all gone. So so I wanted to thank everybody for doing that stuff in the Discord. ShsSlayer is going to be taking your submissions later. The Discord link is in the video description, so you should be able to join in there. Agree with the terms. There's going to be a channel specifically for taking those. ShsSlayer is going to is your mic on? Is your phone on with the mic? Not really bad. The reverb echo gives this character excellent. I'm glad for the positive attitude. Cool. Nice. All right. So we just wanted to talk about general things, in general, and take your questions and all that stuff. Like, obviously, Suno 4.5 has been around. 11 Labs just came out with their thing that's making AI music. So that's open for discussion. Do you have your mic on your headphones, man? I'm not going to change any tech from here on out. What we get is what we get, and we don't get upset. Otherwise, I could break everything completely. So 11 Labs came in. I saw someone mention there that they didn't think it was it in a bit. I saw someone come through with a song. Honest Bob sent me a song submission with 11 Labs. I thought it was a beautiful song. I went to 11 Labs, tried to make a song. I'm like, there are no tools here. Like, there's not. It's just, I'm going, what is this? You know, there's obviously pros to it, like the terms, like the people that 11 Labs basically did everything legally with permission, with copyright content, trained on that stuff, so the legal issues aren't there. So maybe you have to balance up. So let's take some questions in the chat. Anything about AI music and not technical issues. Channel is already up on Discord, and some people have submitted some links already. That's cool. But if you submit them this early, I guess ShsSlayer can listen through them and sort of pick some and get to me. So yeah, let's get some questions going from the audience. If it's industry stuff, Scott's going to be really good, and if it's what I like to wear on nights out, I can wear that stuff, or what I think about any of that stuff. And the audio sync for your mic feed, the monitoring might be enabled. Yeah. Sorry, I appreciate that. Like, and it's so true that might be the case. But I want to get into the episode at this point. So, and if there's a reverb, people can hear my answers twice. Probably won't be putting up music until the first quarter of next year. So Tika Carr, who I have an interview with next week, I think. Hi, sorry I'm late, been busy. That's okay. The first part of the episode is always scheduled as IT issues. So we got past that. Hey, Andy. Hey, Tika. Any questions? Any questions? Mike Powers is here. That's awesome. Suno say they did not train on our uploads and lyrics. So in the Suno terms that I've seen, they very much want access to your uploads and lyrics. So they may not train on it. And that's probably good that they don't train on it, because a lot of people pumping a lot of stuff in there. But I guess the problem with Suno and their terms, and it's not really a problem. If you're happy with it, you're happy with it. It doesn't matter. But you can make some kind of song, and at some in the future, you're making your trillions of dollars from that song, and Suno doesn't have to pay any royalties on it. In their terms, they say they can use those songs however they want, whenever they want. They don't have to pay you anything for them, if I understand those terms correctly. So, have you read through the terms at all, Scott?
I've read through some of the terms. There's of course pages of legal stuff, but I did notice the other day when I was redoing my subscription that in order to maintain the rights, I saw a blurb that you have to maintain your subscription. And I hadn't noticed that before. I just thought that was interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting in retaining subscription stuff with all this music stuff too, because I only just saw, because I use DistroKid for distribution, right? And DistroKid, as long as you have your subscription going with them, your songs will be on Spotify and Apple Music and Twitter and all that stuff be available. But if your subscription runs out, then that stuff pulls down. But they give you an option to have, like, I forget what it's called. It's like legacy membership or whatever. And you could pay like a one-time fee of, I want to say $100, but it could be $200, don't know. So, and they basically, it stays there, and it just retains it. So even if your subscription lapses, those songs, if I understand that correctly, they sort of stay there. So yeah, it's funny with that. Like, you definitely want to look at the terms, and this is the thing with terms, right? And most of the socials that we have for AI music, there's thousands of people in there. And there's some people that are looking out for your best interests, and there's some people that are looking out for nobody's best interests, and there's somebody that are looking out for people's best interests, but they don't understand terms, and they've read an opinion from someone else that's looking out for their own interests. So you get like a not realistic view about what terms are, and then it causes panic. in this stuff. And I don't want to sort of I don't want to bag Top Music Attorney, because I think there's gems that she has in there, and everybody cites her all the time. But I think her thumbnails get people worked up about terms more than her actual content in her videos. Like, she'll be like, is AI music dead now, and you're going to be in a lot of trouble, and you're going to sue and lose your house? And people will see that thumbnail and they'd be like, oh my God, I can't distribute anything because they saw the thumbnail. Then you go into the content and she's like, so there's a little bit of news, and there's just a little bit of update in the lawsuit, and they've added like a paragraph into what they're claiming, like I've been, oh my God,
Yeah, I've seen that too with her, and I mean, she's got great content, but sometimes she goes a little bit to the extreme. And I think a lot, like with the thumbnail, you say she's trying to drive traffic to her site, obviously. So there's some of that oh my God, the sky is falling, and so take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah. Professor Jagged says it's clickbait. Yeah, thanks, Teague, about the panic stuff here. You do have to research what you hear. So just I want to address the thumbnail and the idea of clickbaity, right? Because clickbaity is very much baked into the AI music culture, right? Like, I've seen more boobs from like AI boobs since AI music came around, and especially in thumbnails and all that stuff. And we get a little bit judgy on whether it's right or wrong to have clickbait. And I try to keep my thumbnails for this channel as honest as I can. I have them not too clickbaity. I don't want to say like my content is completely different than what's in the thumbnail. Some of them sort of walk a fine line, but they have to be clickable. But if they're dishonest, I just reject them. But we as in our culture, we sort of judge like how clickbaity a thumbnail is, but at the same time, there's a lot of boobs coming through AI music. And the most successful things are being marketed that way.
And I made the mistake a while back of clicking on Space Chicks of the 1950s, something like that. And the next thing I know, my algorithm is filled with AI boobs. And I have to explain to my family why all the stuff showing up on my feed is AI chicks from 1950.
Yeah, and for no reason whatsoever. There's a lot of hot chicks that show up on my Instagram. It's not my algorithm at all, and I have never clicked on anything to force Instagram to feed me that stuff, so it's a complete mystery to me. But yeah, I gotta say, we should create in this live something that whatever, like, if you refer to AI boobs is like, from here on out, is like AI clickbait. Is just call it AI boobs.
Clickbait.
Yeah, clickbait. Specifically when it has to do with AI music, AI boobs. Can I get thumbs up or hearts or something like that? Or is there something we should modify that at all? AI boobs, I feel, is a thing. Also, I'm 10 seconds behind too. Yeah, I'm just gonna go look up. I'm gonna basically make a song called AI Boobs now, I think. Cool. Let's see if we can. You really have to stand out in the crowd to get noticed. That's what I'm trying to do. Bite-sized AI is mentioning. Yeah.
Yeah, you inspired my song "Bag of Dicks" the other day.
I want to see the video. No, I don't want to see the visuals. Actually, you can just see the bag. Just assume what's in there. Popular thumbnail is a hot chick, but I refuse to use that as click. No, Phoenix, you refuse to call it. You refuse to call it clickbait because you're in denial. But his most popular vids thumbnail is a hot chick, but I refuse to use that as clickbait. Nice, cool. I'd love to see some questions coming through.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I want to see some questions coming through is I'm a little bit nervous about playing videos, because one of the bits of feedback last week was when I was showing stuff through my browser, the sound was really low. So I had to work. I basically changed the sound settings through my browser to the point where I can't even hear it. But it was feeding through OBS really well. Trying to do what everybody else does. It doesn't show who you are, your character. It just shows you don't come up with original, and record deal companies will just pass you by. How do you feel about that? So bite-sized AS is just trying to do what everyone else does to show who you are or your character. It just shows you don't come up with original, and record deal companies will just pass you by. I have a feeling on that, right? I think I mentioned the 80s last year, last week, or in one of my videos recently, where there were, thousands of glam rock metal bands being quite successful. One person probably wore makeup and high heels, and then there were thousands of bands. They were successful all through the 80s. So is that necessarily true? If you're copying everybody else, you're not going to be successful? Because my feeling is, if you're going to be successful in that way, you, I guess, got to get onto early what that copying is.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's what they call, it's a known quantity. You're taking something that's already been successful and just reimagining it. And you see this a lot in movies, where you'll see a monster movie comes out, and then another studio comes out with their version of the monster movie, and another version, or the superhero movies, because they're a known hit, they feel that's an easy investment. So when you're doing the same thing as everybody else, a lot of times, the music companies will try to exploit that success of other people and have you experience that as well.
Yeah, that I mean, that's my feeling. And then I guess, and thanks, Nemesis, for that donation. I appreciate that. But this is the thing. What comes first, the kitchen, the chicken or the egg? I don't know why I said kitchen. Right. So if it was completely true, that, you have to find what's successful and sort of kind of copy that in a way. And shorts are like that, right? In YouTube shorts, if you copy a successful short, you're going to have a successful short. The algorithm picks that up. And big data, I guess, understands that if you do something that's popular, just repeat it. But, like you mentioned a monster movie, there's more than just monster movies. There's at some point someone, creates something original, and it becomes, is that something done over time, or is that calculated? How's that done?
But it's happy accidents. It's somebody went out and ground it out on their own and made success, and then the studio wants to share in that success, as they would say, or they want to make it bigger or help you become bigger. So then they'll take your success. So if you have a YouTube channel and your artist on YouTube is getting a lot of hits, then the studio would sign you. And if you can get a big hit with something new, then they'll sign other groups like that.
Yeah.
I think about grunge a lot. The early days of grunge. Green River, Mudhoney, Tad, a lot of these bands, and they never made it big, but they were on the cusp, or the edge of that, leading it. And then the studio found Nirvana, and Nirvana had a huge hit, with Teen Spirit, and then next thing you know, grunge is born. And even though Nirvana wasn't the first grunge band, they're generally considered one of the first. But there were a lot of other bands before them that were doing the same thing.
Yeah. I would love to just dig down into that and talk about grunge and how grunge came out. I very specifically, Main Records, I'm going to come back to the point you made too, but I remember grunge coming out. I remember loving MTV and just feeling all the metal stuff was out there, and rap was coming up, and they were finding a place. And I just felt I loved Skid Row, and Skid Row was Skid Row's about to break up no matter what, but Motley Crue and Poison and all that. And I was feeling really good about it. And then just one day, MTV switched it off, and grunge came out, and it made me hate grunge at the time. And I still don't sort of love grunge, but it just seemed to be overnight. They switched from one thing to another, and that's talked about a bit in that scene. What happened there? And I mean, could that be how it works with AI music? That one day it just sort of happens.
Well, I think so. I mean, there's going to be a movement, or there's going to be something that catches, and then once you have one big hit, then you're going to get a lot of other people, jumping on board. But you got to have that first. It's the first one's the hardest, and after that, it becomes easier. So.
Yeah. And I just think like people are making the point like it doesn't. We're not here necessarily to make a commercial success. That's just a talking point because some people do, right? And Main Records kind of brought up the point that there's a lot of really cool stuff out there in AI and AI music that's getting thousands of views that isn't being picked up or may not ever be picked up, but. Like, I feel blessed that I get to hear it all the time, and the people that are plugging in it with intent to hear it, are pretty lucky we get to hear it. There's people out there that are making awesome stuff, and even if it's just for this community, and people in this community know. But, you get songs like, and then you get songs like, and I forget the guys that, I'm just going to have a quick look here. Like, actually, if someone could have a look here, and I mentioned this one quite a bit because it was my first exposure to AI music. Is I glued my balls to my butthole again. Like that's not going to be a commercial success when it comes to Universal Records or Sony. I don't think you could put that out. Well, I don't want to predict but I wouldn't likely think that's the case. But that person gets millions of views and T-shirt sales and all that stuff. Like. I guess sometimes people are making their own commercial success, but it doesn't have to be commercial to be a success either.
Right, it doesn't.
Yeah. And a typical Phoenix response. There's also stuff getting thousands of views that aren't worth a damn. Damn right, Phoenix. So true. There is. And there's stuff around that too. Like sometimes people are using bots to up their views and all that stuff. Sometimes like I guess they say like the average person is average too, right? So if you're if the average person thinks farting is funny and you make a song that's just farting, like you're probably going to get the average amount of people. Like you're going to get more views, right? So.
I mean, look at something. Look at a show like South Park. There's a lot of farting in South Park. It's funny, but especially in a satirical context. You just like Alice Tanner Music just had a comment. Make the music you like, and that's really a thing. At least for me, because I'm not trying to make money out of it. I'm just trying to make great music. So I make what I like, and I make what I want to hear, and I hope somebody else wants to hear that.
Yeah.
Too, and so that's
I'm the same. I put my stuff out on. Please, I hope someone likes this. But I don't think there's not. There's never been. Hey, someone to help Aiden out. Aiden's come a bit late to the microphone party. Just help him out there with the issue. I've never put out a song going, man, I hope the record companies pick up on this. Like I just think, man, I hope some people laugh at this song. 5 people would be good,
Well, I said the other broadcast we did last week. I tried. I know people in A&R, and I know people. I knew people that could sign artists, and I've submitted stuff to them from independent artists, and I don't even get a response because that it's just not something that they're interested. I liked it, but they didn't feel like it had the mass appeal or that that they wanted to sign that artist. So
yeah,
and it's artist subjective, anyways. What you like what you like.
Yeah, that's right, and that's a good people. One of the issues one of the complaints that people have is there's so much AI music now. There's more music pumped out in the last 2 years than all in the history of the world. Prior to 2 years from now it was an interesting stat. I don't know how true that is, but I think the source I got it to made it relatively true. But it's good because you get more options. So like I said, it doesn't have to be necessarily commercial, but you could find something that's really unique and new out there. And I know traditional artists say there's nothing unique in AI music, but that's not true. Like Aiden Yagu's here, right? Very much creative in there. There's some stuff that I'm going to show in the next couple of weeks. It's extremely creative and new. And a lot of times too, because you could be so hands-on with the video creating process with your song. So then you got the music itself that you do through Sunny and just work it to death until you get something you like that's good for you, and you can mix it to something that's personal and good for you with the video, and you can grind that out. Between the two, like, you're not sending this stuff to, you know, some high-tech studio to sort of figure it out and make it commercial. You're making it your own. I think that makes it really, like, for people that say that AI music isn't creative or it's just borrowing something, you're just repeating what everybody else has done, I don't think that's even close to true. So,
And the way I really feel, and I think a lot of us feel this way, AI is just a tool. And and we were talking earlier about 11 Labs, and I did a song in 11 Labs last night, and it was horrible. It was 2 minutes long. But I took it, I uploaded it to Suno, and then I rewrote and adjusted the lyrics in Suno, extended it, and did a bunch of things. And now, this afternoon, I've got a song that I kind of enjoy. But I used now 2 different AIs and 2 tools. So I guess I get a double whammy on that. Twice as disliked, I don't know. But and then if one of the AI companies wanted to claim rights, who would have rights? Because I use both their tools. Question.
Oh, no. Oh, ShsSlayer. Okay. Random song picker. Okay, I'm gonna do this. Okay. Oh, geez. Okay, here's a bit more tech. Okay, here we go. So we're gonna play one of your songs here. Oh my God. ShsSlayer, I appreciate the extra work. My God. All right, here we go. I'm going to get a song on the wheel of. Let's go. Can I go screen only? Okay. Do this, and I'll go 11. All right. So here's some songs. There's some YouTube links. It looks like ShsSlayer just wanted to avoid the pressure of picking a song, give it to me. Can you guys see my wheel o' songs? Hopefully you can hear me. Yeah, you should be able to hear me. Scott, can I hear you? Yeah, cool. All right, I've got my wheel o' songs here because I want to play a song, and this could be technically challenging here. I just got to get confirmation or hearts or something like that you guys can see the wheel o' songs. Drum roll, main records. Festival, yes, you can see the wheel of songs. Yeah, that's what I figured. She said doesn't want to take the risk of being accused of favoritism. That's my job. I like this. It sprung on me. This was unplanned, but me pressing so many buttons now. Excellent. You can buy a vowel. All right, let's spin this up. Wish I could get one of you guys to spin it. Ready? Here we go. I'll give it to you, Scott, before we start playing so you can listen to it as we're doing this. All right. Hopefully I can copy it. Don't even know what this is. Okay. All right. Close. I'll go. Let's go. Me and guess you. All right, Scott. I'm going to load this up best I can. I don't. All right, cool. Let's see who this is. All right. How funny is that? Doesn't want to be accused of favoritism. It's pretty funny. Okay. Can I go to browser view? And I will choose this. Should be able to see that. ShsSlayer. All right. Oh, we'll get past the short. Don't know if you can hear it anyway. Oh. Okay, I can hear it. Hopefully you can hear it. So Antibody Productions, check out the link to the Discord in the video description. All right, you can hear the sound. Okay, how funny is this? Crown of Thorns by ShsSlayer, who didn't want favoritism to be possibly misconstrued.
What do you scream when no one's there? All alone in your despair. You built them up to cut them down in pursuit of your false crown. Where'd they go? You ask yourself, unaware. You've pushed them off. Your empty words are not but air, weightless fluff and whimsied flair. The crowd is gone. Your name is fate, so forgotten, and you're to blame. It's all yours. The fame, title, and your crown of thorns. Dry your tears, oh rightful one. This fate you took so earnestly to stand on top. It was your goal to claim your place as king of fools. False empathy, you cared so much, just enough to crush them up. Now stand tall on top your peak. Enjoy the silence of empty dreams. The crowd is gone. Your name is fate, soon forgotten, and you're to blame. It's all yours. The fame, title, and your crown of thorns. How is it your victory? Is it what you thought it'd be? Your name will fade, the crown remains. But remember, at least you've won alone.
So I'm just wondering, I'm just putting it just me to see if that reverb fixes on my mic, which we're going to go back to the reverb. I'm not going to be able to fix that with me and Scott. But I just thought I'd play this just now. So one thing I just want to point out is, like, these lives, to me, like, it's good that it gets a bit of attention to the channel and all that stuff, but I'm just thinking how fun this is, man. Like, I'm looking in the chat and people are encouraged, like, people like going to ShsSlayer, that song's awesome, that's fantastic, I wish I could do that. And maybe you reach out to ShsSlayer and say, look, I like what you're doing, I like the similar type music, and I'd like to collab with you or whatever, maybe ask you some questions. Cool. So I'll have to change OBS from my mic settings to match this particular scene when it's me and Scott, but I won't be able to fix this for me and Scott. You're going to get some reverb when it goes back to it, but you'll have to bear with me, and I'll fix this. At least it's a good tech way to do it. So I'm enjoying this. I enjoy these live things. I'm watching the comments and you guys like the wheel, ShsSlayer. I'm gonna definitely have to get you a t-shirt or something like that for all you do for the Discord, and now for just randomly throwing a freaking wheel at me for to spin, and in my own brain for not going, oh my god, how am I going to incorporate that? Do you guys like the wheel, by the way? Do you like that? We haven't proven yet that wheel isn't fixed to align with a certain someone. I'm 100% sure it's not. That is just awesome. I just love that. Do we like the wheel? Is that a good way to? Sorry, go ahead, Scott. Yeah, the wheel is gonna go. We'll just go back to me and Scott. The wheel, I think, is a winner. I think, you put stuff out to a community that's into what you're doing, and then some awesome shit will come back to you, and the wheel is it. And that echo has probably come back now, but this is a good sign. Now I think I should be able to investigate what's causing it a bit better. Cool.
And I appreciate that song. I've seen ShsSlayer post that in one of the forums on Facebook, and I meant to go listen to it, but I just haven't had the time. And that we got that song here was awesome. I do like that. I mean, it hits me right, in my feels, I guess. It's got that grunge vibe. Crown of Thorns definitely reminds me of Andrew Wood, Mother Love Bone. They had a Crown of Thorns Chloe Dancer song it's just one of my favorites that I like to keep going back to. That had a very different sound from their song, of course. But I like the vocal, the voice, especially the rasp and the growl. And definitely, I felt that kind of hit the post grunge cusp really, really, really on target. I like that one.
Yeah, it's funny because I was mentioning I didn't really like the Seattle grunge stuff so much, but I picked up the tiny bit of grunge. I felt like early grunge was like freaking, this is us and this is who we are, and that was sort of a more mature grunge, right? It was like, okay, we've established who we are. We don't have to prove who we are. Now it's kind of cleaner and not being trying so hard. And I felt like that song was that. Like, I don't like grunge. I like that song. Like, I was like, But then again, I'm a lot more mature in my liking of different genres now, because I've listened to so much stuff. But you're right. Like, I totally agree with you. It's like, I felt it was like a more mature grunge.
Yeah, it's right, kind of like the tail end of Alice in Chains, and then to some Linkin Park kind of. In the chorus you get that scream and that growl. So you're right there at the end of right the end of grunge, the beginnings of new rock, and really hit it on target.
Yeah, no, I love it. ShsSlayer, good one. I'm glad. You know what? I'm glad with all the work you've been doing. For this feed and everything, that you got to have your song featured first, and we'll link that stuff in the channel after. So in the replay, all your songs that I feature will be in the description below. Also, I had issues last week which were cleared up really, really well because the community is so awesome. I will get a copyright notification. If you've distributed through DistroKid or whoever you distribute through, I will basically put the counter thing in through YouTube. And I'll probably email you if I have most of your email addresses. I will say, look, can you just respond to this? And within, I think, 2 or 3 days, that was cleared up. So I appreciate that because you guys are awesome. Like, I don't even say like you're awesome like in a light way. I'm watching the chat and you guys are like really I don't know many communities you can go to where there's a live chat and people are just positive and hearts out there and I love that song. Usually there's a few trolls and douchebags out there and I just love it, man. This is so much fun. Scott, after the last thing, what did we say? Last week, what was the word that you used to describe it? I hope it's the same one that's lighting in my head.
That was a week ago. Come on.
Yeah, true.
But it's just, like you said, the positivity, building the community, and mutually growing together.
Yeah. And it's just fun. I just think it's fun to do this and to see people in the chat, like the people that even come that want to hear what we have to say and that want to talk to each other. Because again, if you came a little bit late to this podcast, this particular podcast was cool. It's a Q&A thing. There's not a whole lot of questions coming, which is fine. But I wanted to light it up because the biggest feedback I got last week, was that the chat was on fire and people were talking and creating collaborations and getting to know people in live time, which is good for the Discord and stuff, but it's good in this way as well. So this is very much about the live chat. And Grim Reaper enters the chat. Geez, you know what's funny about the Grim Reaper? Like, it's like I don't want to give anything away, but you ever think like Clark Kent might be Superman because they're never in the same place at the same time? Do you suspect that? I feel like Zanzibar and the Reaper might have some sort of, I don't know, like it's a wild thing. Call me a conspiracy theorist, but I think they might be I don't know which one the superhero is, though. I don't know. Nice.
You know, it would be really fun if we could get like super interactive and get like more than, I know, I just don't want to challenge your tech skills, but get more than me in here. And we use the wheel and we say, okay, create a punk song, you know, using the phrase potatoes in your lyrics or something, and then, you know, have a group of people and watch people create on the fly.
Yeah,
see,
I love that idea, and that idea has been floated to me before. And one of the things, like someone said, no, that's a bad idea, and I'm not a kind of person that says that takes one person saying, oh, that's a bad idea, and goes, well, I won't do it. But for some reason, that one, like, I was like, for no reason. And it's just because it came from a person I respected, too. But I like that idea. I think, and it's not challenging my tech skills too much, maybe with the microphone settings, but I'm hoping to figure out this reverb for next week. Maybe next week we do. Maybe on the fly, we make a community song. Like, it's actually making me feel a little bit emotional just now that you mentioned that, and thinking of the reality of doing that. Maybe get some people in the Discord. We plan out a few people in the community. And I would like to highlight people. People that aren't necessarily being featured, you know, a lot. You know, maybe some people that are just making some really good stuff that I haven't featured in a long time. Maybe get 4 people, and then, you know, it could be like, you know, I don't know if you got Whose Line Is It Anyway over in the U.S. like we do in Australia, and I think there is in the U.K., where you have like improv comedy, and they sort of, you know, walk in a room and you gotta. Yeah, do you have that there? It's been a while.
Yeah, we have. Line Is It Anyway? We have that here.
Yeah.
I think of Iron Chef, you know, the Iron Chef of AI music.
I would love that. Yes, and I could bite a capsicum, pepper. And the music guy biting a microphone, you know. I think it's a good idea. Maybe we'll plan that for next week. We'll look about the logistics of that. We'll just be solving tech issues week after week with that. Anybody have a question? Let's just jump in a question. Anything about maybe 11 Labs, my opinion about it, whether I've heard anything good, whether I would create anything good, anything in the legal stuff that I may or may not know. But actually, no, I've got a question. So last week, Zanzibar, who has dropped off now, I don't know where Zanzibar has gone, but last week we featured a song by Zanzibar, which was a parody of Sweet Caroline or something like that. I don't remember exactly what it was. Was it Sweet Caroline it was a parody of? It was in that genre.
Yeah, I remember, and I remember there was something similar. I can't remember the song wrapped on my head. Sorry, Zanzibar.
Yeah. Anyway, as
you're a friend, and I'm sorry I can't remember.
No, that's all right. I keep asking you to draw stuff from your memory, which totally isn't fair. But it was a parody song. It was actually clearly Spin the Wheel. We'll get there. So you brought up the legal stuff, and mind you, I'll just say right now, nothing we say we're not lawyers, but well, I'm not responsible for anything I say. Is that enough of a thing to clear me? And Scott's not responsible for anything he says. But
this is all my opinion.
Yeah, these are all our opinions. I'm going to have a T-shirt that says "Not responsible for anything I say." I'm going to wear it for this. I'm going to wear it when I'm out on the street, and that's going to cover me And I'll check with Top Music Eternity if that covers me. But with that parody stuff, right? And that was a really good song. I thought that was really cool. What did you dig up in relation to that? Because that was a hot topic last week. Whether you can make parodies and whether you have to pay for them and that's legal and all that stuff. And I think Tika Carr basically pushed back on it, and I think maybe Tika came back on that a little bit. What did you dig up on that, in your opinion?
Well, parody is covered under fair use. So you can make a parody of a song, and without a copyright violation. It's kind of a little bit of a gray area, but you can cover. Generally, good form is to give credit back to the original artist or have some note on there, something that says, "Hey, this is a cover of a Pink Floyd song or a David Bowie song or something." But under fair use, parody is absolutely okay.
Yeah, cool. So that sort of clears that up, and that's like, and that was pretty close to the actual original song as far as like the music and stuff. It had changed a little bit, so I want to do a bit of content on that, but I didn't want to do content on that where I just read the email that you sent me and basically run with that. I want to have it a bit more detail. I think like the audience deserves a bit more than just a half-assed episode. So I thought I'd dig into it a little bit more, find examples, find case study or something like that. And yeah, fair use. There you go. Zanzibar is back. It might be proving my point. So cool. Look, maybe we'll go to the Wheel of Fun. Let's go back to the wheel. Yes, go ahead. I'm just going to jump back into.
Sorry. I can't see you, so it's hard. I had to talk over you. Somebody had asked a question of my my YouTube channel, and it's Wolfpack Records.
Yeah, cool. Just chat a little bit more because I'm loading up the wheel. People are saying, have you used 11 Labs at all, like the new AI music creator?
Yeah, I did use 11 Labs, and like I said, I made 2 songs. I got Ashes of Ruin and Echoes of Shadows or something like that. It's very obvious AI generated stuff. And, I was very disappointed I couldn't put in my lyrics. Again, this is my experience. I don't want to say anything negative about 11 Labs because I'm sure they'll have solutions to this, but it was very basic for me at first. And I actually took the songs that I created in one of the songs I created in 11 Labs and uploaded it to Suno, and then generated a nice song out of Suno that's about 3.5 minutes long. But the one song was 2 minutes and 11 seconds. The other one was 1 minute and 36 seconds. And so just not a lot of options. It's very basic right now. 11 Labs, of course, is a great company. I've used them before for voiceover stuff. So I have a subscription to them, and I'm sure they'll get the kinks worked out. They've also, like you were mentioning, they've licensed with a couple of independent music distributors, and so they're doing things the right way, copyright, no copyright infringements, and so I'm looking for good things from 11 Labs, but it's just not right there yet.
Yeah. Cool. So here's the Wheel of Fun. This thing that we call Random Song Picker. I think it needs a new. I think it needs a. I know it was done on the fly. I think maybe we have to think of a better name. Wheel of Fun, I think. Can everybody see the wheel right now? Just want to see. You can see it? Yeah, okay, cool. Oh, yeah, you will be able to see that. Yeah, it's because I'm sharing my screen with you. They can't hear you, by the way. I can hear you, but got the Wheel of Fun. Official name pending. Let's see. House of the Rising Sun. I want to see some emojis or something like that. I need something to know that people want to see. Wheel of Fun. Got to see some, I'm not seeing a lot of enthusiasm going on here. Here's my call to action. Yes, you can see it. Okay, cool. Here we go. I'm thinking about putting some of my songs in there at some point. Okay. You see a link. I don't know what it is. I'll just copy it, and I'll go back to Scott, and I'll get this loaded up.
There we go. I want to be about 10 seconds behind.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Just gonna bring it up here. Go here. Hopefully there won't be an ad playing or something. All right.
Hey,
Oh
we
my
haven't
God,
been
it's ShsSlayer again. No, it's not. I'm just kidding. Okay.
I was gonna say we haven't been plagued by ads like we were last week. It seemed like.
Yeah. Oh, that's another thing I meant to say. There's a reduced amount of ads that I put. I clicked manually include ads, and I have no idea where the button is for me to click on ads. So here we go. It's YouTube again. I don't know what that means. We'll go here. Cool. So, Wild Heart. Actually, who is this by again? This is Vrother. And I don't think I've featured Vrother before. This is going to be new for me. That's very exciting. Yeah, we see. Yep, that's all right. That's okay. Everybody's like, "Oh no, I can't see YouTube." I've loaded up on my screen. I'm just telling you what I see. So we'll go to browser only view. Oh, good, it's there. Cool. All right, here we go.
Wild heart roaring on the open road, free spirit calling where the sunsets glow. Leather boots pound on untamed ground, echoes of freedom in each sight and sound. Thundering pulse beneath my skin, chasing horizons where the dreams begin. Every mile's a story to unfold, courage woven in the threads of gold. Feel the fire blaze inside, let the world see you alive. Wild heart, never back down, lose your fears, wear your crown, unleash the storm within your soul. Ride the wind, let the thunder roll. Wild heart, break the chains, dance in wild uncharted plains. Stand your ground, claim your art. This is power from a wild heart. Out from the out from the midnight skies guide our daring quest. Stars align for the bravest guest. Footprints marked in dust and roar. We write legends where there were none before. When the night tries to dim your flame, hold your truth and stake your claim. Feel the wild inside your veins, untamed spirit proudly reigns. Wild heart, never back down, lose your fears, wear your crown, unleash the storm within your soul. Ride the wind, let the thunder roll. Wild heart, break the chains, dance in wild uncharted plains. Stand your ground, claim your art. This is power from a wild heart. Vrother. Wild heart blazing till the end. Adventurers call your truest friend.
Okay. That was Wild Heart L. Vrother. Is L. Vrother still in the chat, or was L. Vrother in the chat at all? Do you have a chance to listen to that, Scott?
Yeah, let's listen along.
Yeah.
I got a real like a Imagine Dragons kind of vibe from that. The nice chorus, nice hook. The lyrics were good. Wild Heart, memorable line. I felt like the voice, the singers were a little high pitched for me, but again, it's in that kind of Imagine Dragons kind of vibe. And I would like a little more depth in the music. I don't know what to add. It seemed a little lo-fi, but again, a nice song, good lyrics. Solid entry. Yeah.
Well, I'll say this particular song has 633 views, and L. Vrother has 231,000 subscribers. So
More than me.
yeah, that's good. Like I thought like I liked the song, and I was doing this thing because I don't have the screen and me up, but like I was doing that, so I liked the song. I thought I don't even like it has a lot of views and the person has a lot of subscribers, so I don't know if like my feedback can be relevant or not. But I thought like there's a bit more maturity that has to happen on this. Like you said, there needs to be a little bit more. I thought the lyrics are like almost there. And I thought the song was almost there. I thought it was really good. And it might even, like, if I had this come across my inbox, I'd even consider featuring it. But yeah, I don't think this is quite there that I'd listen on my radio, but it could just be the genre. Like, I don't know if I'd be pumping to it, but I did like it. So.
Yep, I did like it. The chorus is good. I see a lot of in the chat. People are talking about the that repetitive. It's nice. It's good. The chorus is there. Maybe you want to put the lyrics a little more on the verses.
Yeah,
but
could be AI lyrics. Could be AI assisted lyrics. Could be I completely insulted El Vrother and they're written from the heart, and I said it could be AI. I'm not sure. There's a couple of them that I thought that, like, for my taste, were a little bit rhymey, but like I said, overall I like the song anyway. But yeah, cool. Jerry, Honest Bob just dropped in. Is it me or Matt echoing? The chat will describe. The chat will bring you up to speed with the echoing. I can make it go away briefly, but then we can't see Scott. But yeah, return the map. Return what you have stolen. Yes, Honest Bob, I am. Yep, for John, that's a good enough answer. Yes, it is reverbing. Cool. Song is good. Picture looks like a Tinder profile. Is this Tinder that? Is this Tinder? I was almost going to call you by your real name. Main Records. Is this Tinder that you go to? Is this is El Vrother on your Tinder? Basically, in which way would you swipe? And I don't even remember which way is good and bad. Actually, left is bad, right? Scott,
I don't know.
It was going to be telling if you did know.
I don't know how to swipe either direction.
Yeah, that's right. Oh man, yeah, it's good, cool. So yeah, well, what would you call that genre? That's some genres I'm not sure.
It's very popish.
Yeah,
not bubblegum pop, but it's more of a alternative rock pop. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. All right. Well, that was Wild Heart. Maybe the album cover is Home Sweet Home. I'm not sure. I don't know. That's cool. Nice. Any mic and desktop sound blending together, causing the mic to put both together? Yeah. We'll definitely take another 10 people in the Discord later to talk about how this. Madison says left is bad. Okay. Thanks for. If anybody doesn't know who Madison is, Madison would definitely be an expert in these areas. You know what? I'm glad we have such smart people in this chat. And it's not Professor Jacket who knows. It's Madison. That's consulting live, real time with Madison. I really appreciate that. Pop, thanks Tika for putting that out there. And Nemesis 2 needs to drop off now. That's thanks for joining us anyway. Pop, EDM, soft rock, yeah. Like, so that's the thing too, is like it's so hard to classify some of these genres. Like I have them come through. Like this is what I do. Like every single person does a song submission through my website. I read the email, I listen to the song, and then I put notes. It's because I have sort of like a CRM that sort of goes, because, you know, as it goes up, I want to be able to jar my memory. And also, like, if I do a specific episode around a particular thing, like you mentioned EDM, like I have hashtag EDM in that person's notes. But sometimes I listen to a song and I go, I don't know what to put here. I'm not sure. Hopefully when they write, I like to do EDM, I'm like, oh, thank God I put EDM there. But well, EDM's pretty obviously, but there's other stuff that's like kind of blends, you know, country with rock, with dance, and you go, I don't know, and stuff I don't even know. You know, it's hard to imagine it.
Yeah, I've got some country grunge. I mean, and country rap too now.
Yeah.
That's a real popular.
Some music shouldn't ever be sleeping together, but you know, something you still love the baby, right? Cool. So, geez, it would be interesting. We got something from Madison up there. Cool. Any questions out here from the chat? I'm enjoying that you guys are chatting amongst yourselves, but you know, listen to what we have to say too, because we're important. Madison Scully cage match. I think here's the thing with Madison, right? If people don't know about Madison, Madison is like you see like I don't want to describe Madison wrong, because Madison could basically make a make a song anti-Matt or something like that. But we'll call it a female on in the AI music world that likes to battle with other ones, has some opinions on fashion. I don't want to say shallow, because probably not shallow is not a good way to describe, because again, I don't want to be attacked. But has a lot of opinions on things and likes cheesy fries. It'd be interesting if we got some Madison up there. Madison's getting famous in the scene. And Madison was probably already famous before she was in the scene. Cool. Should we get back to the wheel? Do we have other questions? Sorry, YouTube, EDM Pug seems one getting views. Madison is hilarious. Antibody production. Madison is a very serious artist. I don't know about being hilarious. Madison is to be taken very seriously. Cool. Maybe we'll get back to the wheel. We'll go back to the guest view of Scott, and Scott can get me ready for the wheel being loaded up. I'll do a refresh on that too.
Let's do another one. I can get all the way. Somebody was asking to see my guitars. I don't know. That's the guitars back there. I used to have a collection of about 20 some, and then I got married. And my wife says you can only play one guitar at a time, and so I kept the ones that were special for me. I think somebody was asking about the Flying V. That's not a Flying V. It's actually I call it the shovel. I bought that. It's a custom made guitar. The guy that made it had worked for Dan Electro, and was trying to open his own custom shop, and that was one of his creations. It's my favorite guitar, the shovel, but it's the hardest damn guitar to play and to tune. So the black one, the Les Paul style, that was the first guitar I built. The Strat style one over here was a cheap guitar I bought, and I put some Fender pickups in it. So that's the guitars that are behind me. A couple acoustics. My acoustic is the gray one, and my wife's is the sunset one. You go over this side. That's my wife's guitar. So, I used to have drums down here, but no more drums. So my son moved out and took his drum set.
Yeah, awesome. Maybe we'll get you to play the drums live and guitar at the same time, one of our things. But we've got the wheel loaded up. The super epic, not rigged song picker is what it's called now. Here we go. Oh no, that's not it. Browser view. No, that's not it. Screen on. There we go. That's cool. Wheel. Got the wheel. It's no longer just called wheel. This is called the super epic, not rigged song picker. Give me some hearts or something. I need some emojis if that's. I mean, I'm with it, but I'm not in the chat. So here we go. Wheel o' fun. More wheel, please. It's like that could be a song too. Yeah, Madison, definitely a serious artist, but songs make me chuckle. Great lyrics. Cool. All right, here we go. Don't need a countdown because I'm 10 seconds behind, and then we'll get, 10 seconds late. Ready? Here we go. I like the applause. Cool. Okay, cool. I'm going to get the song loaded up, but more importantly, I'm going to send that song a little bit earlier to Scott here, so he can sort of get going with it. Here we go. I don't even know what the song is yet. I'm going to put it up here. Going to replace Vrother. Let's go. We'll just go me only. Just me on camera. Here we go. Okay. All right. And let's go. This one is Synthi, Ribell, Scarletter. Has anybody heard this song? Has anybody heard Synthi, Ribell before? Here we go. Synthi, Ribell. Let's see. Browser view. Yes. Cool.
They stitched my name in scarlet thread, hung it from the gallows where the sparrows fed. I plucked each letter like a petal braid, let it bloom thorns where the silk deep
Yeah, cool. So luckily I'm getting some pretty good songs coming up in the random wheel of funnel meter that isn't rigged. I'm liking that. So Synthi, Ribell. Again, I'm gonna put these in the description. Once it's done, I'll update the description in the video, and I'll have all those links to those songs played in there. But unfortunately, like the Wheel of Fun is proprietary, and I own that now because it came through my Discord. Sorry, ShsSlayer, so you don't have access. Nobody else has access to that. But yeah, let me just go back to Scott. Did you have a listen to that?
Yeah, I did. I liked that. And that's a lot of the comments were really about the video, but the song was great. It reminded me a lot of Within Temptation or something with a metal band with the female vocalist, a little bit cinematic. Maybe could have used it a little bit more cinematic, but honestly, I'm not the artist, so and if that's the artist's vision, I applaud it. It was great as it is. I am going to have to check out Zanzibar's page to learn how to make videos, because that type of video is what I usually do too. It's just a simple still image with some simple effects on there, cap cut type effect or something. And I wanted to take the video to the next level, but I'm mostly concentrating on the music right now. But
Yeah.
Again, good song, nice vibe. I like the dissonant chords towards the end. So yeah, applaud that one. Good play.
Yeah. No, I liked it too. I mean, like I said, I'm going to subscribe to this one actually now while I'm at it. Subscribe, like, I'm sorry if I didn't do that to the ones before. I think that reverb's coming back even bad to me now. Probably really bad. Can you hear reverb on mine?
Right now it sounds great. So I don't hear it's
Yeah.
when I'm listening to the live chat. So what I'll do is, when you go to the wheel, I'll mute my microphone and turn up the volume on my other window that has the live chat, and I get the reverb then. So.
Yeah. So as far as like the video goes, I had a video out there. I think it was I'm gonna give me a moment. I can't think of it because the reverb's coming through my head now. Geez, that's terrible. You guys have been putting that the whole time. Vizzy.io. So if you want to have at least something going on in the background, and you like you said, you want to concentrate on music, I lean on Vizzy.io a lot, because for me, like I have to run the YouTube channel and I want to do the music, but I don't want to have just a still image like that one still image. So Vizzy, you can basically upload your song. There's some already pre-made effects. So if you want to just put a still image in the background and have some visualizer come in, you can do that. So it's not just one still image, and you can do that. And I'm seeing Main Records is saying, Main Records is saying he gets, more views on still images than he does when he posts video. So that's, like, it's good to give feedback back and forth, but what works for one person may not work for another. It could be the blend of music. It could be, like you said, you don't have time to do a lot of stuff, but there are little shortcuts like that. Vizzy.io out there is a good way to sort of cheat that if you don't want to make full-on production like X Blue Division. That would be interesting. I'm hoping that something comes up on the Wheel of Fun, totally random wheel. Would be good that we do get something that's an example of really good, high quality, something just a sample here. Let's see if there's any comments on that in there. One thing I find, let's see, there's a long comment, so I'm from Bite Size IAI, so I'm assuming that it's relevant. The one thing I find difficult is what hurts my algorithm is subscribers that don't come back when I'm having problems with. They get notifications but don't show, and the algorithm won't show my video. So this is something that's brought up to me recently, that Bite Size AI is talking about is my features may bring people to your channel, and you might get a whole bunch of hits on that one video, and then people may not come back. And I was thinking that may not be good. Like if I'm featuring people and it has a big hit and then people don't go back, like, does that hurt the algorithm? Like, yeah, sorry, mate. Yeah, does that hurt people if I do that? Like, should I not be featuring people? But I think there's a lot of levels of it. It's like some people don't care; they want to have one song heard. I don't know, but I suppose if you're submitting, maybe that's something we should look into. I don't know. Like, I don't want to hurt anybody's YouTube channel by featuring them. Put it that way. What do you think of that bite size? Hopefully, I don't hear myself. Oh, I do hear myself. Actually, Matt, it's good.
Aiden's saying that the sound issues are on my side, so we might have to work on that.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. It's when I remove you and I have just the browser, but it may not just be you. It could be because I have extra sound settings to make this all work on OBS when you're in the screen. So it may just be that I have to remove one of those or mute one of those. I'm not sure. Bite size. Most of my views are coming from non-subscribers. The exact issue. The videos take a couple weeks, and I get a huge break in between. Look, my experience with YouTube is just posting consistently. Like, if you post consistently, then I think YouTube's a tough nut to crack. Like, I don't think there's one rule that binds them, but the advice I was given early on and I tried to stick with is just have consistent content. And for me, I try to be consistent content even to the hour on each day of every week, and the same type of content. Like in Melbourne, Australia time, which I'm not in Melbourne anymore, but I always mark it as Melbourne time because here in the Gold Coast, it varies like by an hour depending on daylight savings time and all that stuff. But on Tuesday here, 10 p.m., Wednesday, 10 p.m., and Thursday, 10 p.m. is when I set the schedules for. So maybe you guys can even try experimenting if you're getting hits, if you're getting yes and no's with your stuff. Maybe even release your song if maybe 3 days a week at an exact time and find a time slot that works. That might work. I mean, this isn't exact advice. Like, I'm not a super expert, but I'm finding like I'm having consistent growth in my views, and that's part of my strategy, is to have the same type of content. On Tuesday, I do my 5 featured artists. Wednesday, I do a recorded podcast. And Thursday, I do what we call infotainment, which could be anything from, my view on something that's, happening in the legal world around music and copyright, up to like a new tool that I found that I think you guys would find useful. And it's 10 p.m. Melbourne time every week for those 3 days. And now I've got this live thing. I'm trying to do 10 a.m. Melbourne time on a Monday. So, man, we're going to start advertising with YouTube. Got a ton of subscribers and got a ton of views. Stop advertising Ghost Town. Yeah, that's something I was thinking about doing too. But I don't like navigating the marketing tools on the social media stuff. In particular, like Facebook's terrible. I'm thinking about maybe getting someone that can come in that can help me with that. I'm not sure. That was something I was thinking today. I like the way my channel is growing. It's like it's an organic growth that I like, and I'm getting the organic growth, which means I'm very deliberate in the type of people I'm bringing into the community. So like my main thing isn't like I hope I get 1 billion subscribers. My main thing is like these sort of chats that are positive, and I get guys like Scott that's a cool dude that likes the community. If I get dickheads coming in because I'm growing too fast, I'm not going to get guys like Scott. He's going to, guys like Scott are going to be like, your community sucks. And, he's not going to want to hang out. So maybe you can market in a particular way. I'm not sure. And Tika's in Eastern Time USA, which is good because I'm familiar with Eastern Time USA because that's where my parents live and that's where I grew up. So I always try to be mindful of Eastern Time versus Western Time in the U.S. I always think, okay, what times are my parents awake in Florida, in Massachusetts, that also people in California are awake? And this seems to be a time slot. But as the show goes on, it sort of drags. Mike's trying to still figure out what time it is. Just look at your watch, Mike, or your phone. Teemuth's here. Awesome. Teemuth is someone that definitely inspired me to get these lives going, and we'll get the technical parts of it good. Scott, what do you think of any of these things that we just talked about? Because you're running YouTube too.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, I haven't had great success on my YouTube channel. I've got like 35 subscribers, and I get more hits on the shorts, of course, than I do anything that's not a short. Um, I might try that. I've heard that before, that uploading it on a regular schedule is better to build an audience. So I might try scheduling some stuff. And I did early on when MinMax Halo, I can't ever say the name of it, that was free. I did try making some videos that were totally AI animated, and I had good success with those. But I haven't paid for a subscription just because I'm just not sure what platform to use there, and I'm more interested in the music right now.
Yeah.
And my next hurdle is distribution, and trying to figure out what distribution to use for myself. But YouTube, I mean, I just like it as a place for parking stuff, because I was making lyric videos 15 years ago, and just discovered that I still have some on a different channel that are still there. YouTube's never taken them down, so it's just a good place to put stuff.
Yeah.
If you want it to stick around for a while.
So I'm just gonna just touch on Exotic Requiem. So excited there's a community like this. It can be so lonely in this niche. And that's something me and Scott were talking about earlier, and I've spoken about previously too. I always imagine, because I've seen documentaries, and Scott's aware of these sort of people like in the 70s and 80s that before they were sort of big, and they'd get together at someone's house at a party and start jamming and smoking cigarettes. And I'm talking about 60s, 70s cigarettes, and having a few beers and, talking about music and waking up. And like AI music, we're all over the world. This community sort of thing is our version of that. Like I don't recommend that you stay on your computer and only talk. You got to get outside and stuff. But not everyone's that way inclined anyway. So for some people, I'm hoping this is a thing that can make them feel good. You can't walk around your neighborhood and talk about your AI music because there is a little bit of a stigma around it. But here you can just be yourself. Nobody cares. Like no one's gonna shoot you down. Nobody that I want in this community is going to shoot you down. You can see in the chat it's really positive, and it's very deliberately made this way. Like I said, I'm not trying to have my numbers explode overnight. I'm trying to bring people in a way that think like that want the best for others. And if you reach out to them, they're going to be like, dude, yeah, I'm very excited to talk to you. You might have to listen to 20 of their songs before. Anyway, because that's how all of us are. Yeah, I'm really interested in being your friend. Hear my 20 songs first. But then you get through the 20 songs, and it's all good. Cool. Zanzibar also has a very low attention span and probably doesn't want to hear us talking a whole lot and wants the wheel. The wheel of fun. Let's see. I'm going to put you back to just Scott while I load up.
My headphones are beeping, so my batteries are dying. I can switch headphones, but I can do that during the song. I can listen to the song still without these headphones. So whoever pointed out, yes, I'm sorry. I was surprised that sound came through. But headphones are beeping, so I'm gonna switch those over while Matt cues this up. Yeah, there they went.
All right, here we go. Can everybody see the wheel? Mike Powers, I don't know if the Wheel of Fun. I don't know if the next song is going to have video. This is what the Wheel of Fun's about, man. Like, it could be anything. It's going to be amazing, but it could be anything. Guys, can we just take a moment to thank ShsSlayer for doing the wheel, and for talking to me in the background and all this stuff, and the work that ShsSlayer does in the background of the Discord. I wasn't even going to be on Discord. There's a few people like CyberZen was telling me earlier I should get in Discord, and Discord scared the crap out of me because I used to hate Merc back in the day because I felt like I had to be on it all the time to keep up with messages. But as I'm getting more and more comfortable, and ShsSlayer's all over it. So I appreciate that. So I love the graphic too. Let's see what we got here. Cool. Why am I getting feedback now? It doesn't make any sense where I was doing that before. This is a total jerk. Go. Okay, I'm going to load this up to this. It might be getting better at this, possibly. I don't even know what the song is. Oh, it's going straight to Suno. So there's definitely no video in that. Here we go. It doesn't matter. This is Senzu. Teemuth, Nothing Hits Right, Senzu. Well, I'm happy to feature Teemuth anyway, so here we go.
I can't get no satisfaction. Woo! No! Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, well. What can we do? All right. Well, let's hit it. How did I end up here? They threw me out on my ass. You said there was room at the end, but I think I ran out of gas. The world is falling apart. How many stars do you have? And nothing hits right, but you're so damn close to the best night of your life. I can't get no satisfaction. And all these attractions are a distraction from real life. And nothing hits right. And nothing hits right. And nothing hits right. And nothing hits right. So just let it go. How long have you had that rash? Seriously though. You said that you love my ideas, but I think I talk out my ass. How did I end up here? My love, I need a map. And nothing hits right, but you're so damn close to the best night of your life. I can't get no satisfaction. And all these attractions are a distraction from real life. And nothing hits right. Yeah, nothing. And nothing hits right. And nothing hits right. It's all numb. And nothing hits right.
That was awesome. I was banging my foot. I would happily go to a concert with Senzu playing that. That'd be fantastic. And I see that the comments are lit up with it as well. I'm assuming Scott's doing something with his headphones. Just go. Let me just have a quick look. Oh no, he's here. Can you hear me, Scott? I'm not hearing you. This could be the Matt show. I want to do a Teemuth cover too, Mike. Yeah, I got you now. Yeah, cool.
Good. Go ahead.
Energy's through the roof. People putting fire.
Like
Banger.
It grabbed you right from the beginning. You know, the opening, we just launched right out there with the vocals. It was really nice. And again, high energy, and a little raw, but I think you want, something like that to have that raw sound. I did like that. That's one I would put in my playlist.
It's funny, like I was thinking, what context would I listen to this song? Like if it's EDM, like maybe when I'm going through emails or something like that, or when I need a concert I'm doing, I want to have a little bit of energy coming through, And this is the sort of thing. If I'm going to be playing ice hockey at night, I would listen to 20 of these songs on the way to the rink. To get pumped up, or when I'm going to play baseball or something like that, I would just totally to get me in the mood. This is one that I would definitely play. So Senzu, like, this is fantastic. I love this totally. I wanted to just talk about Zanzibar mentions about putting a song like this into a DAW and that it could be better, and that's possible. And I'll just say CyberZen's interview is going to be playing out this week. I believe it's CyberZen. If not this week, then next week. CyberZen mentioned about CyberZen's use of DAW or not use of DAW out of Suno. And you might be able to prompt the sounds that you want, the studio quality sound, within Suno. And this is going to be a very controversial topic when it comes to Zanzibar. But I like the sound anyway. Maybe you could even digitally remaster it with AI or something. I don't know. But I like the song as it is. Always when you remaster stuff, it sounds better in one way or another, but that's not necessarily, 100% going to be the case because, I was talking to CyberZen, and CyberZen, if you listen to CyberZen's music, you know that there's some like high studio quality sound stuff that CyberZen puts out there, and it's not necessarily because of DAW.
Yeah, again, I really like the raw edge of that song, and it either with the opening vocal like that, I think you want a live sort of sound. You want that rawness. So I like it just the way it is.
Yeah, and that one that I've got that album coming out. It's Dagwood Gypsy. I'm doing on that label there, and that one that I previewed to the show. Is a live one from 1973, and I intentionally didn't run it through DAW because I want that really raw. Even I cut off some songs at the very end, like intentionally, because it's like it was recorded live at this fictitious stadium. I wanted it to be a little bit imperfect, right? So if it's got, sometimes maybe you don't want it to be totally polished because that's part of the beauty of the song.
Right.
You picking up what I'm putting down, obviously.
Who was somebody was just in the chat. We'll go back. Tika said, Yasuno did just buy a DAW, and I've been seeing it advertised as heavily as coming to Suno. So hopefully it doesn't cost 50 credits like it does to separate stems, but it would be nice to have that in Suno.
Yeah. Zanzibar is saying, tested the studio, it's pants, half the time it doesn't work. So I'll have to check it for myself. Like I was talking about with the 11 Labs music creator, everything I was making there was ass, but I had someone come in from Honest Bob, it was beautiful. So it's like Udio, I guess, like everything I make in Udio is a bag of dicks, but the really good quality stuff that I get is mostly through Udio. So people figure out how to use it and other people don't.
And a lot of times I'm using, I'll take an Udio song and I'll upload it to Suno, and the same like I did with the 11 Labs, and I did them back when Riff Fusion was free. I was taking some of my Suno tracks and uploading them to Riff Fusion and trying with their code. Just experimenting, trying to see what works and what's out there. So.
Yeah. And sometimes it's experimenting and not giving up straight away and keep pushing it. But, you've got to, I suppose, know when to call it quits. Because if you can spend too much time on this and you're taking away from time from that you're doing well. But, like, I wouldn't totally discount that Suno DAW. I'm going to try it out. I didn't even... Like, I know I'm the music guy. I didn't even know that Suno had done that. So maybe I'm a little bit behind. I've got family from overseas. Maybe I missed that bit of news, but that's why we're here. And I'm not meant to know everything either, but, But good feedback from Zanzibar that it's not that great anyway, but I'll check it out for myself. And then I'll do a thing about it. And it'll be an honest thing. If it is ass, I'll tell you that it's ass. But it's not like Suno cares. Like this is the thing. You try to tell Suno anything and give them any feedback. I don't know if they just take their stuff on their Discord, but I've never heard of anybody contacting Suno and within 2 months getting anything back. Like, I would love to have a one-on-one with Suno. They're in Massachusetts, for Christ's sake. Like, that's where I was born. They should want to talk to me, but like, I think I sent one thing to Suno, never got anything back, and then that was it. And then only because, like, everybody's saying, like, they never get back to you. They seem to have no interest in it. Cool. So maybe we'll do. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, I think they have their own vision of what they're doing. They have their own plan.
Yeah.
And so, the problem for my one dislike is that it's like we're getting an update every month or so, and I have to go back and regenerate all my songs.
Yeah.
What would that sound like in 4.5 plus? Okay, let me go burn some credits.
Matt got an answer from Suno in 60 days. That's what Georgia Ross says. 60 days. That's a really good turnaround on I don't know. I don't want to piss off Suno too much because I like Suno, but I think that's pretty bad behavior from I read this book called Fans First. It's about the Savannah Bananas, and the guy that started it, Jesse Cole. And Fan First is like 100% involved and getting feedback from all your customers and everyone. They even have employees act as fans of that baseball team, and they go through the entire process of booking tickets, driving into the parking lot, getting your car parked, the experience at the gate. What's it like to get food? What does the food taste like? What's the seat like? The whole experience. That's what I like when companies are like that, and Disney's like that too. Whatever you feel about Disney politically or whatever, but there's companies out there that totally want everything. Whether they action everything, I don't know, but they experience it for real. And Suno seems to be the opposite of that, right? But look at this. What we might do is we'll do one more song on the Wheel of Fun. I feel like the Wheel of Fun is so fun, I might just for myself click that wheel all day and listen to music. But I have plenty of emails to get through with that. But I'll put you back to Scott.
Yeah, I'm running out of things to say.
Okay,
we're getting that. But yeah, spin the wheel. Let's do this.
All right.
Yeah, it's just fun to have a community that you can interact with, and have a chat. And again, you go out on Facebook and some of these other communities. It's a real mixed bag. But the people here are always, even if it's tongue in cheek, and we have good fun, poking fun at each other. But definitely love to do this show, and I want to do the Iron Chef, the Iron Creator. I don't know, get that going. So it's just it's fun making music, and I like to listen to the songs I make, and I like discovering new songs.
I'm going to put Can I put screen in me? Oh, look, I'm in the corner there. Yeah, I'll do that because my reaction. Okay, here's the wheel. Can you guys see the wheel? Wait 10 seconds. Again, I want to thank ShsSlayer for the Wheel of Fun. This will be the last song we play because we have to sort of get moving along. And like I said, this was a lot for the chat, so you guys could, talk amongst yourselves, and it's really fun to sort of see that. And I love this idea, man. Just see ShsSlayer on the fly. Had this idea, didn't even see it coming. Yep, you can see it. Cool. I'm hoping we can get a video one this time. Yeah. So I'm just going to put that. You can talk to Main Records. Hang on. I'll go back to you and you can address that.
AEST Productions, it's a fake Les Paul. I built that myself 30 years ago. So it's a Frankenstein guitar from different parts all put together. Yeah, a lot of people like Udio. I'm seeing in the chat. I went through a period with Udio where like 3 months where everything was just garbled. It was trash. And then lately, I've tried to do some stuff in Udio and it's come out okay. But my major complaint with Udio is still you're stuck with like a 2 minute and 11-second track and you got to extend. But Udio does make great audio, and I quite often will come up with a nice melody or something in Udio and then upload it to Suno.
Cool. I got the song loaded up. Let me see. This is wow. Okay, yeah. This will be a good one. This will be definitely a video. I haven't started. So Professor Jacket music. This could be anything. I don't think it was what we were talking about earlier. I think it's separate to that, but I think we're definitely going to get a video. Ready? Here we go. Professor Jacket Sidewalk Ghosts. Let's go. Expand that. There we go.
We're just sidewalk ghosts. People pass but no one knows all the things we never said. Live behind our cigarettes. Tired eyes and second chances flicker in the subway dances. If we fade like smoke. Just sidewalk ghosts. She walks past the same old sign every day at 5:30. No one looks but I still do, like maybe she could notice too. Tried to say it once or twice, choked it back, rehearsed goodbyes. Her name was written in the chalk, but the rain came down, wiped it off. We're just sidewalk ghosts. People pass but no one knows all the things we never said. Live behind our cigarettes. Tired eyes and second chances flicker in the subway dances. If we fade like smoke. Just sidewalk ghosts. He hums songs he can't explain, standing still in the pouring rain, holding on to days gone thin. He forgets what love was in. Crosswalks full of almost people, hiding scars beneath their steeples. City sleeps but he walks slow, tracing steps from years ago. We're just sidewalk ghosts. People pass but no one knows all the things we never said. Live behind our cigarettes. Tired eyes and second chances flicker in the subway dances. If we fade like smoke. Just sidewalk ghosts. Eyes down, hoodie up, skip the stare. Got too many thoughts, not enough air. Running through the past like I missed that stop. Same street signs but the world just swapped. Felt like a movie, we missed our cue. You said forever but forgot the glue. Now I'm just pacing like I know what's next. Writing your name in the fog on glass. I laugh too loud just to fill that space. Nobody asked, they just scroll my face. Sidewalk cracks and coffee stains. Yeah, I got ghosts but I lost their names. sidewalk ghosts, caught in frames that no one posts, left behind by time and phones. But we never felt alone. 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 People pass but no one knows all the things we never said. Live behind our cigarettes, tired eyes and second chances flicker in the subway dances. If we fade like smoke. Just sidewalk ghosts. Just sidewalk ghosts. Sidewalk ghosts.
There we go, Professor Jacket. I think we were all waiting for Professor Jacket. First of all, even if your song hasn't been picked, thanks for putting it through. Thanks for joining up on the Discord. I think you guys know I legitimately love that you guys do that. I feel super honored that people submit their songs to me at all. I'll tell you how I started off. Like, my first couple features were difficult. Me just trying to find stuff to play and what's AI music and not. And I never knew if anybody was going to start submitting songs to me. So I always feel really grateful that you guys send me messages and come through to me in different ways. I really appreciate that. And I appreciate that that's brought me closer to getting to know who you guys are. I love that. And I love that you guys are getting to know each other too. Like, I can't state enough how much, I think, you know, like, you guys listen to me talk all the time. Like, I legitimately love that you guys are getting to know each other. You put stuff through to me, even though, like, I don't know all of you by name all the time, and I feel bad about that. I'm trying, and I am over time getting to know, you know, as much of you as I possibly can. And I love this wheel of fun too, because it's random. Like, there's stuff that maybe I haven't got through my website, or I haven't, I guess, given the time, or I haven't heard it, and I get to hear it, right? And it's not just me going, oh, I like that. It's like, here it is, and if you guys can judge it for yourselves, you know, I think that's pretty cool. Just going to get out of this window here. That'll probably be the last song that I play on its own. Between me and Scott, I'll go back to Scott here, is what I'll do is we might just do some open up for questions again, a couple comments, and then maybe I'll play out on a song, A Wheel of Fun.
There we go. I like that. It was a good song to end on. I mean, it was really strong. Love the video. You know, the lyrics were great with that, and then keeping the accompaniment, the music kind of lo-fi, really, you know, brought the lyrics forward, and then at the end having that, you know, that burst of energy, just nice, good song, good video.
Yeah. I'll go to my part of it, and hopefully I'm not too echoey still, but I'll just talk on the video part of it, because the chat seems to be really fixated on the video stuff, and people ask me if I'm influenced by video, and I always tell them, well, yeah, I have to like the song first, but, like, first of all, I'm a visual person. I like stuff visually anyway, but I don't not play songs if they don't have a video. Like, I do feature plenty of songs that have still images or just a visualizer or stuff like that, but see, Professor Jacket puts out a good amount of music and good quality music, and is still able to make things visually appealing and make stuff look different. Like, I can't, at this point, like, someone mentioned they use DaVinci Resolve, they don't use CapCut. I think Professor Jacket says he does use CapCut. I don't use CapCut. And yes, there was something put out recently on whether CapCut owns all your stuff. I haven't had a chance to watch that video yet. I know most of you guys have. So I don't know if it was that thumbnail reality or the reality about the terms of service, but you know, if you're working in CapCut, then work really well in CapCut. Don't do it for 2 days, and you can get stuff what Professor Jacket puts out. And I love Professor Jacket stuff. It's really good. The songs are really good. I like this song in particular, actually. It's a real serious song, and it hits, so that's cool stuff. And I'll think I'm going to catch up with Professor Jacket tomorrow or the day after. I don't know. Let me just see what people have to say about CapCut. I use CapCut, but I hate for the new terms of service. And maybe we'll dig into that a little bit. Haven't had any drama about CapCut's update. I got to have a thing about Zanzibar's channel, just what Zanzibar thinks about stuff. Go through Zanzibar. I'll do a second live with it. I'll do a second one, but it'll be live with Zanzibar. Live with Zanzibar. Or
Zanzibar says.
Live with the Reaper.
There you go.
I said what I said. Professor Jackson, that's very cool. Yeah, cool. I love seeing this chat going. Chemistry. I used you as an example the other day. It isn't only when you use their AI video maker and uploads to the cloud. What are people using instead of CapCut? So I use DaVinci Resolve when I do my stuff, but I do a combination of a few things. And other people are using DaVinci Resolve. So DaVinci Resolve is just a video editor. It's like Premiere Pro. But you have a really robust free version of DaVinci Resolve. So, I mean, if you've used Premiere Pro in the past, you can quite easily port over to using DaVinci Resolve if you don't want to. Look, I hate Adobe. I reckon Adobe is basically spawned from hell with their terms and the way they operate as a business. I can't stand them. I do not like Adobe. So anything I say against Adobe products, just know that that's my feeling. If you've worked enterprise environments and you've worked with Adobe before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. They are not good. They're not a good company. And I'm happy to say that on record, and because I've already said that I'm not responsible for anything that I say. So I can say whatever I want. But use DaVinci Resolve. Like, a lot of you guys are cost conscious, and if you want a really professional level video editing platforms, you don't have to worry about terms of service and stuff. They have a paid one, and that includes a lot of transitions and stuff you don't get in the free one, but the free one's very robust. Vegas Pro also. Yes, I haven't used Vegas Pro for a long time, but Vegas Pro is another one. Works very nicely with transitions, and transitions are help us tell the story too. Cool. I love this. I love this chat you guys are all talking about amongst yourselves. Scott, do you have anything else to say? Because what I'm thinking about the Wheel of Fun, rando magic song picker extraordinaire, chucking it up there, picking a random song, and leading out with that.
Yep, let's do that. It just God, what a blast tonight. I mean, it's 2 hours. It's gone by like nothing.
I didn't want it to be 2 hours, man. I thought we'll do an hour because I keep people's attention. But I'm not like, it's not like crap what I'm saying. I have fun. It's fun. I love it. Even though there's a lot of shit going on, I'm trying to figure out tech issues and I don't have a team. Like, I'm plugging that. I hope that works. I hope it's not too bad on the other end. You know, I love hanging out with you. That's one thing. But, you know, hanging out with everybody else is cool too. And I love seeing people talk amongst themselves. Maybe we should give away a free shirt. Maybe we should do that. ShsSlayer. Can you is there any way we can randomly pick out a shirt? Maybe you can maybe take those artists, throw them into a random shirtomizer, call it a Shirto Wheel of Fun. I don't know how quickly you can turn that around. Out of the, or maybe even we can just reward people for doing submissions. I can do the Wheel of Fun as it is now, and I'll lead out with that song, and whoever's song it is, they get a T-shirt. How does that sound? Does that sound good? That sound like you don't? Yeah, then you'll still be featured in the song too. Well, like in the comments there. Does that sound fun? Whoever this next one is, they're really a T-shirt winner, but we'll play their song leading out. And you could be one that we've already picked as well, because I don't think those have been removed. And ShsSlayer, don't tell me otherwise. We'll just go with that.
Yeah, let's do it.
That works. Zanzibar, that works. We can throw the links that have been played in the current wheel. I reckon just reward a possibility for doing a submission, and then lead out with possibly a different song. the person you pick isn't subscribed or in the chat, I'll do my best effort to reach out to that person. And I'll play them. They should be in the chat anyway. They'll definitely be in the Discord because that's where we're taking the submissions from. So I'll be able to reach out to them at least in the Discord. The ones played have been removed. Okay. I told you not to tell me otherwise. Now I know. But anyway, I want it to be random. Like Timberland live sessions, main records. Cool. I'm gonna bring up the randomizer. Wheel of Fun. I'm gonna refresh it, see if it has a new name.
Gamay, yeah, I did get your just to say, Gamay, I got your Time Bandits reference, nice. And who was the other one said something about Mr. Scott? Well, yeah, I'm giving her all she got, Captain. So
okay. All right, here we go. Here we go. I don't know if you can hear me. I'm hoping you guys can hear me, but I certainly want some sort of emojis or something to indicate that you want to see who's winning this T-shirt. It'd be a little bit of a delay, though. Wellio. Let's see. Something must be broken. Zanzibar is not in the current chat. I don't see anything from Zanzibar. There we go. We need a wheel emoji. Okay, I'm gonna spin. Here we go. The next one is a T-shirt winner. Oh, there we go. There is one. Let's see who this is. Okay, let's see what this is. I've definitely seen this one. Okay. The winner of the T-shirt and what we'll play this episode out on is Antibody Productions, Disaster Piece Theater, Truth Hurts. And I like the wheel emoji.